here today with the Academic Dean, Dr. Rory McEntegart. So thanks very much for having us, Rory.
Pleasure, Patrick. Well, the houses were built at the end of the 18th century, starting at number 1, and they moved along towards in the direction of the east. And originally they were populated by aristocratic families so that they could be close to the leading aristocratic family in Dublin, the Dukes, the House of Leinster, the Dukes of Leinster. They remained here for a number of years, but in 1800, with the Act of Union, the Irish Parliament was dissolved, and the Parliament henceforth sat, for Irish purposes, in Westminster, and many of the aristocratic families by and by began to move to London. These houses were bit by bit occupied by well-to-do professional families, and it's that which brought the Wildes, who previously had been on Western Road, to Merrion Square, and they took this house in 1854. And it was here that Oscar moved in with the family. In 1855, Oscar was born in 1854 at the house on Western Road, and they moved in here the following year, and they were here for the next 20 years. His father, Sir William Wilde, was a very well-known eye surgeon. Indeed, some of his techniques are still referred to today, and there are some of them that are referred to by his name. He developed a very good practice here, a very well-respected practice, and Oscar's mother was also a very well-known figure socially, and in terms of the circle which she cultivated here, they were very she cultivated a circle of those who were very interested in the development of the nationalist movement, and so her salons here, as they became known, were very popular gathering points for the intellectual and social elite to discuss matters related to the incipient movement towards national independence. And so the house was a focal point for 20 years that Oscar had it as his home. And it was a very exciting address in terms of and stimulating address in terms of the sort of people who would have come here and whom he would have interacted with. And it's within this house that much of his formative artistic development. In 1993, American College Dublin was established as a not-for-profit institution of higher education, and initially we were housed in number 2. And number 1 was something of a derelict building. It was not being used other than a small portion of it. And we inquired as to the possibility of using the house as an education and cultural centre, but with that also taking responsibility for renovating it. We were able to get a very generous donation from the Flaherty family of New York, Clementina and William E. Flaherty, and with that we set about a comprehensive restoration and conservation effort for the entire house. And that took approximately 3 years to complete the main stages of it. Thereafter, the efforts was centred around conservation, involved a full structural and superficial assessment, superficial in the sense of the surfaces, the interior surfaces being completely redone, and period furniture was acquired, and it was inaugurated in the mid-1990s as a cultural centre, and it's used as a cultural centre to this day for various events, for book launches, for which of course Oscar we hope would like very much, for artistic events. Painters do exhibitions here, And also it is used for teaching. The upper floors are used as classes on a daily basis. So it's a cultural centre, but it's very much a cultural centre that's alive and in constant use.
Okay. And finally, would you have students from all over the world study here?
We do. As the name suggests, Americans and Irish were our core group to start with, and we still have a lot of Americans and we have a lot of Irish students, but we have students from all four corners of the world.